to the Ultraflex Football podcast, where we have fun with our friends while we talk about football. I'm your host, Anthony Sutton. With me, as always, is Rob Green.
What's up?
And Ryan Wheeler.
I like that dramatic pause you had there.
Who are you supposed to be? Anyone in particular?
I was changing it up, just trying to keep the people guessing. Who's talking?
Style.
No one knows.
Wow, this is an interesting start. All right, we are doing our albums for the week. Last week we did the Goo Goo Dolls, Dizzy Up the Girl. This week we're doing Maroon 5, Songs About Jane, their 2002 album. I had that CD. I don't know about you guys. You guys have that CD?
No, I wasn't
Nope.
a CD guy growing up.
I was gonna say that was back in the CD days, man. That's
definitely didn't.
We're getting old.
The only CDs I had were like the Now 74s.
I think I had Now 5.
I would say they were probably like single digits back then, but
Yeah,
That's when they were cool.
crazy. All right, so my songs are Harder to Breathe, This Love, Shiver, She Will Be Loved. Rob, what do you got?
year did you say this was?
2002.
This is that old?
We were 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my songs are Tangled, The Sun, Must Get Out, and Sunday Morning.
I've got Secret, Through With You, Not Coming Home, and Sweetest Goodbye. So see if we can work those in. Unfortunately, last week did not go well for the two teams that we talk about most, but let's get into it with football talk. I guess we usually start with the Bills, and we're going to keep it that way because they were the morning game, and we had some mimosas and watched the first half of that game where they played like garbage and did not wake up. So, Rob, I'll let you kick it off with the Bills talk. Takeaways, a lot of injuries, sleeping first half, losing two games now that they probably shouldn't have. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, I just want to say I've been tangled up with the loss ever since Sunday morning, and thinking I must get out of this funk. And the sun came up this morning. I'm feeling a little bit better, so I'm moving on to the Giants. I don't even want to talk about the Jaguars game. I don't know about you guys.
Did he just
What was
knock them
that?
all
Did you
out?
Was that all four?
What? All for what? What are you talking about? I'm just saying I'm moving on to the Giants game. That's all.
Holy crap. That was impressive.
Ryan, anything you want to add?
For real.
I'm about to go on a
For
little.
real. The injuries, I think, are the big story there, which I know Ryan loves to talk about injuries, so he might chime in. But it sucks to lose two of their best defenders. I will say that.
What just happened? Did I just get, bodied right there? Because I complained about the Titans' injuries.
A lot last year, yeah. So now it's coming back around to the Bills. So I figured you'd want to talk about that.
I mean, I'm kind of glad it's not the Titans for once. It sucks.
Have they had any injuries?
I know it sucks.
Speaking of
Traylon
Titans.
Burks has been out pretty much all year. Christian
He
Fulton,
played
their
every
starting
game, though.
corner, was out. They had Amani Hooker was out for a game. Yeah, they had Peter Skoronski, their first round pick, has been out for 3 games.
That wasn't an injury though, right? He was
He
sick?
had an appendicitis, so
yeah, it doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well, he
just
missed
unlucky.
time, so okay. I mean, yeah, the Titans, they always have injuries. It just is what it is. I'm waiting for Tannehill to get hurt so we can see one of these young quarterbacks in Malik Willis or Will Levis. But dude, it does suck for the Bills, though. I do feel for them, especially losing quality talent, not just quality talent, but all pro talent in Milano. Daquan Jones was having the best year of his life, of his career, playing football. I don't know, maybe outside of football is not the best year of his life, but
On the football field.
and then you lose Trey White. Yeah, on the football
Yeah,
field, that's
all
rough,
within-
man. One at each level.
They pretty much lost, like their best player at each level, maybe depending on the D line. Probably
Yeah.
Von Miller still, but Daquan Jones has been playing really well, so that one hurts.
Yeah.
I said
I
this.
will say I'm-
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying I am happy, at least if it had to be one side of the ball that the injuries were going to hit hard. I would prefer it to be defense. So let's hope it stays that way.
That is kind of my takeaway. Last year when we were talking about the Titans, I think I said something along the lines of like, or maybe it was even you, or like everyone has injuries, so sort of deal with it. And I'm kind of still there with the Bills. Like, obviously, like losing Milano and White and everyone you guys just named sucks, right? I mean, but also if you look around the league, like Travis Kelce missed a game, he just sprained his ankle. Jefferson's out. If you go, every team is going to deal with it, and I think that's where I was referring to last year when I said like injuries don't matter unless, in my opinion, unless you lose like a Josh Allen or a Patrick Mahomes or like your quarterback essentially. Like that's just going to be different. But for me, it's like, yes, it sucks. Yes, the Bills are worse roster wise right now than they were prior to the game. But so is everyone else throughout the course of the season. So like, you pay your quarterback a boatload of money to go win games, and the defense still played well enough to win that game, and they didn't win it because of the offense. And then even coming up, like if you look at their schedule, if Daniel Jones plays, like Josh Allen, you're way better. Go win the game. The Patriots, you cannot lose to the Patriots. The Bucks, Josh Allen, you're way better than Baker Mayfield.
I don't know.
the Bengals, sure, maybe they're turning it around at the right time, but again, another team that's dealing with injuries. So like, I 100% agree that it sucks again, but also I don't want that to be an excuse that they don't make the playoffs for sure. But I still think they win the division. Just don't make this an excuse. And I think the best way to do that, 2 years ago, in my opinion, McDermott coached like with an arrogance of like, fuck you, try to stop Josh Allen. Yep, that's right. I said fuck you.
Twice.
And
the shiver.
Last year and so far this year, he's coaching so conservatively. Like I just need him in that first half. We had zero energy. Like you could look at the sideline, you could look at the way they were playing, zero energy. And they had like 3 4ths and 2 or 4th and 3s. Now, none of those were on the other side of the field, but still just go for it and try to get some energy and have that arrogance of like, screw you, I have Josh Allen and you guys don't, so we're going to win this game.
Yeah, this love that we share for our football teams when we see our star players go down, though, it's not an easy pill to swallow. It makes it harder to breathe. Absolutely. And I totally get it. I totally get it being a Titans fan. So I can relate the past 2 years being one of the most injured teams in the league. It hurts, but we get over it. And then our teams either perform or they don't. And then we got to deal with it anyways. Right?
Facts.
That's right.
I feel like I just went on a little rant there.
You did. I was like, oh, I'm going to sit back and listen. He's talking for like 3 minutes straight.
All right. I spent a lot of time.
Like those 4th and whatever they were, 4th and mid range, were both, I think, when it was 11-0 Jags, and the Bills just kept punting the ball. It was like 5 out of the first 6 drives. Like one of those, McDermott should have said, you know what, I need my defense to have a break here and get some points, and he just kept punting the ball away. It was frustrating.
I mean, I don't have the stats. Like I feel like maybe I'll look it up and have it next time. But I swear, 2 years ago, the year we lost to the Chiefs, it was like it felt like we were going for 4th downs all the time, and it almost felt like McDermott would like smile and be like, "Hey, I have Josh Allen."
Yeah, no, you're not wrong, because they used to be near the top of the league for going for it on 4th down when they should. Like I don't know what the exact name of the metric is, but they were talking about it on the radio this morning, and the Bills through 5 weeks are ranked 23rd on going for it when you should, like increasing your win probability by going
big
for it
balls
versus
metric.
punting.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean,
I like that.
That's what we should call it. There's a Twitter handle.
Go ahead.
No, so there's a Twitter. I can't remember, but it'll rate how bad your punts are. And I saw a few from last week that were like in the 90th percentile for worst punts that they've recorded since they started doing this.
Yeah, that one's like, I think it's the surrender index. It's called something like that. I've seen that one too.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead.
something else. I'm sure England's great. She will be loved by many, but man, it's a pretty big disadvantage to the Bills. It was a big disadvantage to the Bills to have to go into to London and play against a Jaguars team that was sitting there waiting for them for over a week. They had been there, and the Bills clearly showed up, and they looked. They didn't look right. Like I don't know if they were tired. I don't know what it was. Yeah, it looked like they were tired.
They were using this as like an experiment to see how the team staying for 2 weeks would do, and curious to see if they do it again now or if they don't, just because of the difference in the two teams. Energy wise, it just felt like the Jaguars had more energy.
Right. It was almost too drastic to do it again, I think. Unless you're doing it with a team like they should have done it with the Cardinals this year, or someone like, or I don't know, they probably didn't know the Broncos were going to be this bad or the Giants were going to be this bad, but even the Panthers, some team that's really bad, give them the advantage so that when the team comes like Buffalo to go play the Panthers, then we'll see if it actually matters. But
I had a thought too, though. If you're going to do, I think this is the third or fourth week in a row they're going to have one next week. Why don't they just do
Titans
2 weeks and have 2 games each week and bring 4 teams over that stay for 2 weeks and they play each other and then flip opponents the next week, right? So if the Bills and Jaguars played and the Titans and Ravens played this week, next week they'd do the opposite. Bills could play the Titans and Ravens could play the Jaguars.
No, Bills can play the Ravens and Titans can play the Jaguars.
However you want to do it. But either way, then all 4 teams are rested equally. And then you give them all their bye week the week after. Seems like a fair compromise.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I think it'll be like the sweetest goodbye for the Bills than ever. Like they don't have to go to London now for 4 years or something like that. Is that the new rule?
Yeah, it's a certain.
Maybe not. Maybe I just made that up.
No, there is a rule because I think the Bills were at the limit for it this year.
Yeah, but the Jaguars not coming home definitely gave them an advantage. But that's enough about the Bills. Trying to keep these around 30 minutes, and I know I took up a large part of that. And I'll be honest, I did not watch much of the first half of the Colts and Titans game because I just had enough of it, and I took a nap. So I'm going to lean on you, Ryan, here. Obviously, I know the outcome. It's a tough outcome, losing a division game like that. So what are your thoughts?
I mean, it is what it is, man. It's just our first division game, so we got 5 more to go. It's tough to lose to a team that loses their starting quarterback, even though, I mean, it could be argued that Gardner might be a better quarterback right now than Anthony Richardson. But it's tough to lose that, and then you have this defense that gives up like 2 yards per carry for the past 3 years, and then Zach Moss comes in and runs for like 150 yards against them. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know where that came from. Oh my God. That blows my mind. Zach Moss looked like a freaking all-star out there, and the Titans shut down every running back they ever faced. It was mind-boggling.
I didn't watch much of that game, but I did see that play live, and I thought it was Jonathan Taylor. And I was like, wait, that's Zach Moss doing that? What's going on with the Titans D?
Yeah. Crazy. I know you texted us in that group chat. You were like, Zach Moss just had a 50-some yard run. What is going on? It's like, I don't know, dude. This is nuts. But the Titans, unfortunately, appear to have adopted the Bills strategy of going into London like Thursday night. I think they're gonna head over there and arrive Friday morning. That's what the Bills did. Yeah.
What are the Ravens doing though?
The Ravens left. The Ravens left on Monday. So, I mean, we're gonna find out if the Ravens look rested and the Titans look like the Bills did to start the game. Then I guess we're going to have an answer on what the optimal way to go about this might be.
Yeah, kind of get a pretty good sample size early on in the season here. And this is just my opinion, obviously, but I do think at this point Minshew is a better fit for that team. I think obviously AR is a much more generational talent, but
fit this. AR is amazing, dude. That dude is going to be an absolute star if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, if he can. But also, Minshew can get the ball to Pittman and Downs on time, which AR cannot. So we'll see what happens. Anything else? What is that? Week 5? My only other takeaway is 49ers are loaded.
Yeah, 49ers are so good.
49ers will be
I think
favorites in all of their games the rest of the year, I'm guessing. So, yeah. Not sure any other team in the league will have that be the case. So, Super Bowl favorite right
speaking
now.
of favorites, let's pick some games for this week.
How did we do last week?
Yep. So last week I was first again with 9 correct. Ryan, you had 7, and Anthony bringing up the rear with 6. I think that's the worst performance yet this year. So we need to bounce back.
6.
That also means that Anthony gets to decide the order this week, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go first because I don't want you guys to sway my decision, and then I'm gonna go Rob and Ryan solely for the purpose of me typing these into the spreadsheet.
Cool.
We did. I don't know if you ever look at the spreadsheet, Ryan, but Rob did tally up the totals. And he has a season lead right now of 49 correct. I have 46 and you have 45.
Oh, it's close. I like it.
Still close. Yeah, because I struggled the first 2 weeks. Bouncing back the last 3, though.
All right.
So we're going.
Let's do it.
Spreadsheet order again. Anthony, Rob, Ryan. I think we did that last week, too.
Anthony, Rob, Ryan.
So first up, we got Broncos at Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm just going to Chiefs.
You don't feel the pressure of us 2 picking the Chiefs? You want to go Broncos, Ryan?
Absolutely not.
All right. London game, Ravens at Titans.
I think we were talking about this before you got on, Ryan, but I'm done. I'm through with you and your Titans for right now. I'm going with the Ravens.
Yeah, I went back and looked, Ryan. Every time I picked the Titans so far this year, they've lost when I've picked them. So
what are you doing, you jerk?
Well, I'm not going to pick them to give your team a chance. I'll take the Ravens.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll take the Titans.
All right. Vikings at Bears.
I feel like
Justin Jefferson.
I feel like no matter what. Yeah, I feel like no matter what last week I would have picked the Vikings, but now I think the Vikings might go in a little bit of a tank mode, so I think they fall apart. So I'm going Bears.
Vikings fans have to be hoping they do lose. I don't know if the team wants to lose necessarily, but I'll go Bears too. Maybe they'll turn the corner here a little bit.
I think we're forgetting how bad the Bears are. I'll go Vikings.
Possibly. Colts at Jaguars.
If this was in Indy, I'd pick the Colts. I'm going to go Jags.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this could be a letdown game for the Jags after 2 in London. Give me the Colts.
I guess I'll go Jags. I don't feel strongly either way about that one.
No, I don't either. Seahawks at Bengals.
I think Joe Burrow's getting healthy. I saw him run for like a 15-yard scramble last week, and he looked pretty healthy, so I'm going Bengals.
Yeah, he started to look a little bit better last week, so give me the Bengals.
Is it possible that he was the only problem, though? I think I'm going to go Seahawks. I feel like there might be more to this than just he was hurt a little, like with his calf.
I
and didn't
also
want to
think
run.
that's a good one to be different than us on.
Yeah,
the spread that's not one of my guess the spreads. It's 2.5 Bengals favorites, so it's a little lean towards the Seahawks possibly being the better team there.
Right.
Panthers at Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins. I'm not even.
This one's silly. Dolphins.
Saints at Texans.
Texans. I think I like their team. They're young and fun.
Saints.
Yeah, I'll call it now. Big turnover game for Stroud. The Saints defense is pretty legit, man. I'm going Saints.
Very good. Two more good defenses. 49ers at Browns.
I'm going to go 49ers. I think that defense and potentially injured Watson is not going to lead to good things.
Yeah, sounds like Watson might not play, so that could get ugly. 49ers.
I hear they call Brock Purdy Brock 30 in San Francisco. So, because they put up 30 points automatically. So I'll take the 49ers.
Okay. Commanders at Falcons.
I feel like this is not yet, but this is a pretty important game for Sam Howell to kind of turn it around a little bit. So I'm going to go with my UNC guy and go with Howell.
Take the Falcons.
I'm also going to take the Falcons. I feel like Washington is showing us who they actually are the past few weeks.
How did the Bills run on the Commanders? Like, I'm trying to remember. It was more of a Josh passing game, right?
I think they just annihilated them.
I think James Cook was pretty good too.
Okay, big Bijan game then.
They
maybe?
had like,
Let's go with it.
didn't they have like 9 sacks and 4 turnovers or something crazy?
Yeah, the Commanders' offense couldn't do anything. I was just trying to remember how the Bills ran on that defense. Patriots at Raiders.
This game's gross. I'll take the home team. I'll take the Raiders, I guess.
The Jimmy G revenge game. Give me the Raiders.
Is there any way that the disciple beats Bill Belichick? Josh McDaniel. Is it Josh McDaniel or Josh McDaniels?
McDaniels.
McDaniels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the Patriots. I don't think that he can beat his master.
Eagles at Jets.
Yeah, it's Eagles. I think I'm high on them still, so I think
I think it could be a closer game than maybe expected, but I'll pick the Eagles to win.
I don't think the Eagles are good enough to go 6-0, so I'll take the Jets.
Oh,
all right.
Made me change what I typed in
upset.
there. How dare you?
Yeah, you like that?
Eagles listed for you. All right, Cardinals at Rams.
Rams. Cooper Kupp had a good game, so I think that offense outscores the Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals are scrappy, but the Rams are better. Rams.
Who is this Cooper Kupp guy? I only know Vapuka Nakua.
They're both good.
I'll take the Rams.
Lions at Bucks. Both teams still have no loss.
My not so big secret is I love watching the Lions offense. I think their play calling is phenomenal. So I think the Lions win.
Lions. Our Lions. Giants at Bills.
Lions.
Bills.
I'm going to pick the Bills every week, like I said earlier, so no surprise.
Guys, if the Bills lose to the Giants, you can give
we got
all
problems
hope for the Bills.
We got problems if they lose that game. Also, not on my guess the spreads. They're 14-point favorites this week, so if they lose that game outright, that's a problem.
That makes sense.
And last up, Monday Night Football, Cowboys at Chargers.
Finally, a good Monday Night Football game. I feel like we haven't had one. I mean, the Bills Jets was supposed to be good until I guess it was a good game, but Rodgers getting hurt kind of ruined that. But I'm gonna go Chargers just because they're home. But I think it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, I'm torn on this one. Chargers off a bye, getting Eckler back, but the Cowboys just got embarrassed, and that's not the football team they are, right? So give me the Cowboys.
Oh, I was really hoping I'd be able to take whatever one you guys didn't both take.
Make it harder on Ryan, too.
Crap. Well, I got to go with Rob because he seems to get more right, so I'll go Cowboys.
Cowboys. All right, that's our week 6 picks. We're gonna do some spreads, and then we're gonna do Stump the Rob. So let's do some spreads.
I'm going to add a quick fourth because I never looked at what the spread was Monday night, and I was just in my head thinking, I wonder who's the favorite for that game. So let's start out with that one. Dallas at the Chargers. What do you got?
Who's up first?
I think you are.
Yep,
All right, I'll
you're
go
up.
Chargers.
You're up 8-5 on the season total, so you'll go first.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I think Chargers should be favored. I'll go Chargers minus 2.5.
Okay, Anthony.
I'm gonna go Chargers -1. I think the Cowboys
I was thinking
Okay.
minus 1
would
too.
be better.
Cowboys are favored -2.5, so Anthony takes the first one.
Dang.
Actually, kind of surprised, only because Eckler said he's 99% coming back. I feel like that would swing the line, but again, running backs don't move the lines too much. I think we've talked about that before, even though a guy like him maybe should.
Wow.
All right, Anthony
That's
takes
4
the
points
first one.
off.
Indy at Jacksonville.
Tony, you're up first, right? We're alternating.
Yep.
Alternate.
I'll go Jags -5.5.
Wow.
Okay.
I feel like this is closer to a toss-up. I'll go Jags minus. I mean, I could just do minus like 5 and make sure I get it, but I'll go Jags minus 2.5.
You should have said 5. It's 4, so you're both 1.5 off, so that's a tie.
Oh, good.
Okay, next up, San Francisco at Cleveland. So this is without Deshaun Watson officially playing or not playing. So this is where the line stands right now. As of now, we don't know if he's playing or not.
Okay, and I'm assuming they think he's not going to. So
He did not practice today, which is Thursday. So
this is
no,
at
today's
Cleveland.
Wednesday. Today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cleveland plus 8.5.
I was gonna say 9, so I'm just gonna stick with it. I'm gonna say 9.
Okay, Ryan gets that one. It is +7.
Oh,
I think there's a lot of respect for the Cleveland defense, even with the news that Watson is probably out. But PJ Walker, really, we think he can keep it within 7 on the 49ers team, like even with them being on the road.
I think
feel like it should be at least 10 to me.
I think Vegas thinks he's gonna play then, because I think even with Watson it should
That-
be 7.
When I looked at it this morning, it was at 6, so it's crept a little bit towards San Francisco being even more of a favorite. I might have to bet that one myself because that feels like it should be 10. I don't know. Might be a trap game. Last one up, we got the Saints at Texans.
Tony.
I'll go. I don't know who's gonna be favored. I'll go Texans -1.
I'll go Texans +1.
Were you just going to do the opposite of what he said?
Yes.
Well, it's a good thing you went second. +1.5 Texans.
Let's go.
So the Saints are 1.5 point favorites. So Ryan gets 2 today. Anthony gets 1. So we're at 10-6 on the season total.
All
All
right.
right.
Keeping it somewhat close. I got to make a run next week. But all right, cool. So that's the spreads. Now we're gonna do stump-the-Rob.
I did win one
I go
of these last
first.
week, right? I think I got the
You got
one
both of
last
them.
week. I got both last week.
I think you got both.
I
know
can't
got
remember.
one, so all right.
All right.
The week before
ready?
that, I got nothing.
Yeah. I'm stumping you again. Actually, you'll probably get it on this first clue. But this player went to Oklahoma. Okay, what's your guess? I'm just kidding.
I was like,
All right. This player went to Oklahoma and has the FBS record so that's Division I for those who don't know. The Division I record for most rushing yards in one game, which he did in 2000. Fart knockers.
he was like,
Dude, I had
60 yards.
No, it was 427.
Ah, okay. Even more than I
He
thought.
did it. I got to read through this though.
I remember
you just
that
killed
game.
it.
Sorry.
All right. He had, as a true freshman with 34 carries, he ran for 427 yards. It is Samaj J.P. Ryan. He was a 4th-round pick by the Redskins. Also played for 4 different franchises.
He was with the Red. I don't even remember what the Redskins.
Yeah. Oh, the Redskins at the time. I only said Redskins because that's what they were called at the time when they drafted him. Don't cancel me.
Redskins.
All right. He's 28 years old, 5'11", 235 pounds. I was getting into the cool stuff and you freaking ruined it, man. He has a cousin named LaMichael. Going to be one of my
playing
hints,
for the Chiefs.
Who was drafted by the Jets in 2020, also in the 4th round, and who's actually a Super Bowl champion because he still is and was on the Chiefs practice squad.
He knew everything about that one.
Dude,
it's like I read your little cue card there beforehand.
Did I accidentally share my cue thing with you here? He went to what high school did he go to, Rob?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get that.
Yeah, that's right. He went to Hendrickson
Probably
High
somewhere
School
in Texas.
Pflugerville, Texas, baby. Dude, I was 5 minutes away from there when I lived there.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
Probably was in high school at that time, right? If he's 28. Close.
Actually, he probably was.
Yeah. You were right down
That was
the
in
road.
2012. Yeah.
You could have watched him.
I could have watched Samaje.
All right. Good job on that one. I'm up.
Well, I'll never do better than that, so I should just retire now.
You win.
I'm going to give... I don't know if I'm going to give this... I'm trying to decide if I want to give this as the first clue or not, but I guess I will. So we're, middle of October-ish? Getting close to Halloween. So when you think of Halloween, this person is retired from the NFL, no longer playing.
Marshawn Lynch.
What is his name sort of goes with Halloween? Do you have a guess before I go into the actual clues?
It's Jack something.
No.
I said
Jack
Marshawn
Ryan.
Lynch because of Skittles.
No.
That's the only reason.
No, that's okay.
He was a Buccaneer because they're pirates, and pirates are a popular Halloween costume.
No. The name has to do with it. But anyway, he is a running back that ran for 1,000 yards. Trying to remember, 9 seasons in a row.
Frank Gore.
Yep.
Because
Gore goes with Halloween.
Gore?
Yeah.
Dude, I was like Frank and
Gore,
I guess that makes sense.
Oh, Frankenstein.
he,
too. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He went 9 seasons in a row, rushing for 1,000 yards, and then he actually had a decent amount of receptions. There was, which I don't remember Frank Gore doing this, but he had 61 receptions, 53 receptions, 52 receptions, 46 receptions, and those were all years that he
early career was he caught a lot of balls, I think.
Yeah, so that was his second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth year when he was playing for San Francisco.
The Niners,
just dominating people. He must have been going off in fantasy if they even had fantasy in 06.
I'm sure they did.
Oh, they did.
But I was gonna say my one of my clues is going to be he played for what some would say are the 3 best teams in the league, which would be the 49ers, Dolphins, and Bills. But you didn't even need to get that far. Look at you.
Nope.
All right.
I lived up to the name today. Got him quick.
Yeah, there was no stump-the-Rob this week.
No.
Cool. Well, that's it. I got all my songs in. Did you guys get your songs in?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I got mine in early.
Rob got his in one sentence.
All right. Well, that's all she wrote.
Out of the way.
We'll try to keep it around 30 minutes, like we said, and I feel like I don't even remember, like 35 minutes here. So
pretty close.
Yeah, we failed.
We'll end it here. We'll look forward to the morning game and watching the Titans, and then staying up late and watching the Bills this Sunday. So it's going to be a full day of football.
Football day.
So
Yes, sir.
Go Bills. Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you soon.
Tighten up.
Go Bills.
What's up, Ultraflexers? Thank you for listening to our show. We appreciate all of you for your support. If you would like to support us even more, we have a website, ultraflexfootball.com. Or if you could like or subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube, that would be awesome. We would also really appreciate it if you would rate our show. Plus, of course, if you didn't like it, then maybe make a donation on our website so that we can make the show better, just for you. You can also leave us a voicemail on our website if there's something you'd like us to share or talk about, and then maybe we'll play it on the podcast. Once again, we appreciate all of you, and we look forward to talking random stuff again next week. Oh yeah, and some football.